There we go.
So, as we both love working with men, Rob, what do you feel in your heart is the biggest challenge for a man right now in the world of changes, of
I
challenges,
yeah,
and so on?
yeah, that's a great question. And yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges I see is just meaningful connections. And men, I think, have always um, had that struggle. I think it's always been there. I mean, as men, we're great at building connections that may be a mile wide, but an eighth of an inch deep. But building those deep relationships, and it was really exacerbated, during the lockdowns of 2020, and men just kind of lost that connection. I know that it's something that I think just not men, a lot of people struggle with, but particularly men, because uh, that connection that we create is kind of wrapped around an identity of who we are, and a lot of times that who we are is related to what we do in the work world, and men really wrap themselves in that identity, and when that's kind of taken away from you, I think that's where a lot of men really struggled these past 24 months. And as we're coming out of it, we're definitely out of it. But the struggle's always been there, and it's just was exacerbated, and led to high levels of depression,
Mhm.
led to alarming suicide rates.
Mhm.
And so I think a lot of that with men, depression, suicide, I think a lot of it just comes down to connection. And when we lack that meaningful connection, we can do things that don't feed us, mentally, don't feed us spiritually. It's
Emotionally.
easy for us to go down that road.
And don't you feel in your heart, I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you, don't you feel in your heart that the first and the most meaningful connection we all are invited to have, men and women, equally and uniquely,
Yeah,
is the connection, the meaningful connection with yourself?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and then it's the yeah, you gotta love who you are. You gotta feel comfortable in your own skin. And when
With all your flaws and
with all
all
your
your
flaws,
imperfections and so on.
exactly.
You can strive for becoming a better version of yourself.
Hmm.
There's this beautiful saying, the only person you have to compete is you
Yeah,
being this person yesterday, right? So today you're already a better version of yourself as a man, as a woman. So there's no other person you have to compete with.
true.
Compete with yourself and
Yeah,
strive for becoming the best version possible of yourself, and on the enjoy the journey of becoming this person, because you will always catch yourself making mistakes, doing things or not doing things, regretting things. How does that help you?
yeah.
If you haven't done something yesterday, how does help you today to regret it? See it as an opportunity to learn, love yourself, forgive yourself for that, and move on.
Yeah. Yeah, you said an important word there, regret. And it's easy to get wrapped around, the times when we have failed and regret that we didn't say the right thing or do the right thing. And it's easy to get, just focus on that regret. And then that regret leads to shame. And when you get into that shame space, um, it's just a perpetuating um, cycle that just keeps going and going and going. And there's nothing wrong with failure. There's absolutely nothing wrong with
Yeah.
failure, because we all want to be successful at something. And when you really focus and are trying to be successful at whatever it is, failure is just something that happens on that road. Along the road to success is just failure, and it's what you make of failure. To me, I've learned that failure is an opportunity to learn about yourself, to learn lessons, to take stock in what you did. What did I do wrong here? What did I do good? What can I do differently? And there's nothing wrong with failure. But if you continue to have the same thing failing the same time over and over and over doing the same thing, that's where the problem is. I always love um, the quote that I heard from Michael Jordan. You know Michael Jordan, world famous basketball player, and
Absolutely.
he talks about, there's been, I don't know what the numbers are, but the number of times that he's taken the final shot and missed, and he missed the pass, but he just keeps going, trying to do it, because sometimes when we focus on failure, we don't try. And he also
Yeah.
followed that up with saying, 100% of the times the shots I never took, I never made. So
Absolutely.
if we don't try, and you don't have to, the action that you take, it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm all about imperfect action. And that's where you learn the most about yourself, because you're waiting for the perfect time to take action. Spoiler alert, it's not happening.
Will never come.
It'll never
Take
come.
the next step from wherever you are right now with what you have at your disposal,
Yeah.
and you will know yourself how you act under spontaneous, just like our conversation right now. We connected with no script, no agenda, no prepared questions. We just said we are going to talk.
Right.
So what would you give as an advice, a recommendation to a man right now as a one concrete step? Because people have heard many informations and advices and so on. So what would you advise a man?
What I would say is very simple. I mean, we all have dreams in our life. We all have these dreams that we want to do something about. If you have a dream, take a step. Doesn't matter what it is. Just take a step into that, because here's the problem with dreams. They're not like fine wine. They don't age well. And the longer you sit there and let those dreams just sit there, that's when you feel, that's when regret happens, that you didn't take action. Just take action on whatever it is. If you have a dream, if you have a vision of where you want to go, take that step. It doesn't matter how big it is. Just take a step every day, because as long as you're moving forward, it can be just a minuscule baby step one day and a giant step the next day, but you've taken action to move forward. Just take action on whatever it is, that dream that you want. And that dream that you want not only serves you, it serves those in your life. It serves those who love you and those you care about. And we have those for a reason. We're giving them for a reason. I absolutely believe it. And because that is, those dreams that we have are kind of who we are, is who we were created to be. And just take that step into it.
And enjoy it, right?
Enjoy
Take
it.
the step, because it's a journey.
That's right.
Achieving every goal, every dream, every intention is a journey with ups and downs, right? And it's also very important for me to know, what is my why behind this dream? What drives me? Why do I want to achieve it? And the bigger the impact of this fulfilled dream is, the stronger the why is, in my humble opinion, right? If I desire this only for myself, for the purpose of achieve X, Y, Z, or feed my own ego, that's going to be a different why than if I have a dream, a vision for humanity. This is a big why, where when I state that out loud, I can invite people to join me for this big purpose and big dream, right?
Exactly. And those, yeah. And then, when you have a selfish dream, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not really aligned to your why. I kind of go back to, Martin Luther King and his "I have a dream." Those big dreams we have, when you put them out into the atmosphere, when you speak them, and if they serve others in a powerful way, they're going to inspire people. They're going to inspire you. And that's stepping into leadership. That is setting yourself apart, that you have this message, you have this vision and direction of where you want to go. And that, to me, is the cornerstone of leadership. And
absolutely,
just be a leader and take that step.
And what I feel in my heart is that we have come to a point of the human history where leadership from the heart and with the heart is the way to go. Only when we feel with our hearts, we can inspire others, when we connect from our heart to the heart of a person we talk to, we connect to, then miracles start happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I mean, at this stage that we're at in the world, and we're in a bizarre stage. It's just it's just a really bizarre stage, and we need people of character and principle to stand up and lead. And that's
With the
what's going
heart and from the heart.
exactly. And that's what's going to get us through this. And when the times are tough, that's when the people that have the heart to be that person of character, that person of principle, that's when they step up. That's when they realize that it's time for me to just step into this and do something.
Thank you very much, Rob. This was a short video and very impactful, and we are going to post it on your YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, and we are pretty sure that everyone's going to enjoy it, and this is going to be a reason to subscribe to the YouTube channels.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.